Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome back to Legend Series. It's day 2 and I am Squid CS as it says quite precisely. Right below my name we've got a great day Counter-Strike coming right at you today. Starting with Imperial versus Comanche. So what can we even say about this matchup? Imperial very likely going to take this one. I think that the odds are probably north of 80-90%. I know that the odds on CSGO Lounge say that Imperial have a 78% chance of winning this one. Just a couple of minutes left to get your bets in on that game as well. So I feel like that might even be a little bit heavy favour towards Comanche. I feel like they might not even have a 22% chance of taking this one. I feel like their chance is probably like bordering on 10%. I think Imperial is one of our favourites to take this tournament. I think that they could definitely be 90%, 85% favourites to this one. So the real storyline coming into this first match, I think, is what can Comanche do against this Imperial side? Because remember, Imperials, this is the old EFrag lineup, the old EFrag lineup with Victor and Bubble. So these are veteran players who have been playing on the scene for years and years. Even in CSGO, they've been playing since 2012. So like this is a star-studded lineup who's got experience against tier 1 opposition. I remember, I think that they went to an EFrag LAN as EFrag, that fun one, which was just like sofas, and I think that they got into the lower bracket final of that. That was about 2 years ago now, but it was almost the same roster. So they've had this stability, they've had this consistency which has gone on for a couple of years now, so we can't talk about how their form is today just yet because we haven't seen them play and they haven't played in a little while. However, against a team like Comanche, this should be a nice, easy and not too challenging matchup for them. So I think you've got a couple of minutes to place your bets on this one, wherever you're doing that from. 2 minutes scheduled till the match goes live, and I'm watching the Twitch chat as well, so we're gonna have some fun with this one. I'm obviously all here on my own, so you got to keep me company in the chat somewhat, in case I go mad and fluster up and just boil to a crisp. So yeah, keep me company, keep me busy, keep me chatting. Is there anybody already chatting in Twitch chat? Yeah, there's a little bit of Russian. Jack Daniels is talking Russian. Don't know, he's probably trying to sell me something. And apart from this, it's all Russian. All these Russian people are talking in the chat. Come on, let's get some English speakers in the chat to keep me going, keep me busy. And I know that there's a little bit of a delay, and I might read any funny comments out as well. Since we're all here today, we'll take it a little bit easy. But in terms of what we've got going, we've got 6 matches lined up, starting with this with this set of initial matches, which is Imperial versus Comanche, and then Fratinas versus Guts and Friends. So Guts and Friends, another one of these fun teams. Obviously, like, even the name is just overall funny, isn't it? They're probably going to be throwing around the memes and having a bit of fun with this tournament, but I feel like they're the team here who could actually pose somewhat of a threat against Imperials, so it's up to possibly predicting that that's going to be our winners match in a couple of hours time. But yeah, like as you can see on your screen, we've got a great set of matches coming up, and the tournament, the format that we've got going, although it doesn't actually say it on the screen, the final's going to be played in best of 3 format. So whether that's going to be Guts and Friends versus Imperial or whatever, I think it's a bit too early to throw around those sort of predictions just yet. For the final, of course, everything before that's best of 1, so there's that spoiler factor. Just winning one map and you might be down into the losers bracket, and then another one and you're out of the tournament. At least in the final, you've got a best of 3. You've got the opportunity to actually to actually play it out, and I feel like even with best of 1 format, Imperial probably still have the edge there. They still have quite a big edge, but especially in the best of 3. So if they get through the best of 1 format, I don't see any way in which we don't see them getting through to our final 4. It's going to be played on the 16th, I'm pretty sure, of August. So put that one in your diaries as well, because that's going to be an awesome day. We've already got Outlaws, who've booked their spot in that online final. It's the final four to whittle it down to 2 to decide who goes to LAN. And that'll be done after all 4 of our groups have been played. So yesterday we had Group A, which Outlaws beat FTW and some other teams. I can't actually remember who right now. It's that moment when your brain just frazzles and fizzles. Mutes Baudel says, afternoon boys. Sing, sing, sing. Do they want me to sing? I presume, maybe. I don't think anybody wants to hear me sing, to be perfectly honest. And if you do want to hear me sing, after you hear me sing, you can, like I'm sure you would reconsider. I'm absolutely certain that you don't want me to sing on camera, off camera, and I only sing when I'm drunk as well. So let ELC bring a couple of beers in, a couple of ciders, and then maybe we'll get me on the mic. We get a handheld microphone as well and sing some Queen or something like that. I don't know. Either way, they haven't played in a while because I watch every game and they're playing often. So I've already made mistakes apparently. Kentucky saying that they play all the time. I don't think that they accept tons of tournament invites as well. I cast a lot of the UCC Cups and they often... They're a high enough caliber of team to actually get invited to these events, but they just don't make it through. They just don't accept the invites. I think that they like to limit their tournament and increase their practice time. I know I used to be in a TeamSpeak, which they'd also use, and they'd always be in the TeamSpeak practicing. So I think that this is a team who really takes their regiment seriously, and obviously that they've got nice backing. I know that they've had issues with like the organization that they use as well, and they've switched from org to org, but not too recently. I think that they've been at Imperials for like a good 9 months now, but before that they jumped from org to org to org to find a stable home. Rake Wonsh says, come on Imperial, shame they didn't progress further a couple of years ago. So yeah, this is what I was mentioning before about their tenure as a team. Like they were like two and a half years ago now, they were probably like you would put money on them to actually be the team that breaks into the tier 1. And this is an over exaggeration. They were going to LANs month after month and posting like good scores against Fanatics and LDLC back then, and like every single tier 1 team in the Astralis core, who were then Dignitas, and TSM. Just after that, they posted good scores against them as well. So they were doing really, really good work years ago. And we want to see some of that tenure actually come out today. So let's get the IP. Let's get right into this one. Because we have actually, despite me just waffling on and talking, got some good Counter-Strike coming up. So these teams are getting into the map now, which I think is going to be Mirage. So I don't know how much we can read into that. I think Imperial is good. I remember them playing Inferno a couple of times, and I remember them being actually really good on Inferno. Back in the day, they used to play Cash. And what else do they play? Thinking about it. I remember them on Inferno quite a bit. So I guess Comanche probably banned out Inferno, and they found themselves on Mirage. So I'm sure we'll be getting into this one in just a few moments. Let's see. Nobody's in yet. I'm the first man in. All alone here. But, as I said before, we've got a great day. CS coming at you. Best of ones all the way through until the final, which is best of 3. And I'm sure Sasha will change that in just a few moments. Also remember to go check out NobleChairs. We've got a offer on black and red Epic Gaming chairs. Use code NobleELC and you can get your 10% discount. And these players are finally getting into the server now. Not finally, we've not actually been waiting for that long. And as I said before, type in chat if you want to get in contact. I got the chat open over here. So at any point in the day, I might just switch over to the chat and see. Define, hey dude. Define ditched me today. I asked Define to come on the desk with me, but he didn't do it. He didn't want any piece of that. Apparently he had music playing in the background. Lame excuse. Come on, give us your music. We know you're listening to Rihanna, Defined. We know you're listening to crap. Imperial is on a win streak, and they play a lot. Says, it's the same guys, K Lucky. And they play a lot, apparently. Oh, wrong server, apparently. Oh, no, it's the right server. I'm in the server right now. Bubble, Shemta. Victor, Spy Leader are also in, and looks like we're getting into the knife round, so we're already into the knife round. I know that you can't see that on the screen. I've got my production screen right here, but we are in the knife round. Our radio cast is, for the time being, Imperial. Nobody's died yet. We've not actually had any CS yet, so it's actually all right. It looks like Imperial are going to win this knife round. Imperial have won the knife round, so looks like they'll probably be starting on the CT side of Mirage. I'm pretty sure they always used to be a pretty good T-sided team. I remember their T side being the side that lets them down. However, that's all in the past. They might have definitely improved that CT side defense, and maybe because they started on the. Did they decide to start on the T side? Just for information to everyone at home, they were planning on changing the server. That's why we had a tiny bit of a delay before, but they seem to be just playing on this one. And Comanche starting on that CT side despite losing the knife round. So oh no, they've all left. See you later. So we are switching server. No, that's funny. Either way, we'll get straight into that one in a few moments. And remember, type in chat and join me, keep me company, because I'm in a studio right now, so it's very, very lonely. And you see green, well, you don't see, but it's all green all around me. It's green screen. I'm not actually sat in cobblestone. Don't you worry. I'm not in the video game. I'm not in the virtual reality. Soon, we're starting soon. But in terms of predictions, I got to give a prediction, really, haven't I? I think Imperial 16-7 will take this match. They'll find themselves in the winners match, and I reckon they'll probably be playing against Gux and Friends. I want to see those guys do well. They've got some big names, some names that you'll probably recognize. They've got Percy, where's he from? Not Denmark. The other one, Norway. The Norwegian player who used to play for London Conspiracy, and I can't remember the other team that he used to play in with Rain and that crew as well. So yeah, we're getting the IP, and we're getting into this one in just a second. You can see it in the bottom corner of the screen. Which way is it? It's that way. It's that way. Neroy put in the chat that the teams are connecting right now, and we're just about to start, which is absolutely true. Thanks very much, Nero. So yeah, waiting to get the IP myself. I'll try and connect into the old server as well. So, as you can see, most players are in by now. We're just waiting on possibly not the knife round. I don't know if they'll replay the knife round. Probably not. However, if they do, if they don't, so what? It's all the same. And we're getting in live right now to the knife round. They're going to replay it? I think. No, they're not. A gentleman's agreement by Comanche to forfeit this one and to lose this one. And we'll be getting into the pistol round very, very shortly with Imperial. Are they going to stay on this CT side? I'm not really sure. Okie dokie. So we're live. Pistol round starting. And Comanche gone with a pretty standard setup. 5 sets of armor, so they're going to be very light on the utility in the event of an afterplant situation. And Imperial gone for 5 sets of armor and on their own. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath by the looks of things. The Spy Leader takes the first 2 and 3, all headshots. What's going on? Is this a meme? Victor takes another one as well, and Imperial just crushed down. That was an absolute destructive defense as Comanche just get annihilated in that pistol round. That was embarrassing. I wasn't even in the server and they lost all their players. So Imperial already off to a good start, and I'm sure they're possibly not going to slow down on this one. 3-4 M4s, great utility as well. So not losing many players and not losing any HP in that first round means that you can buy the head armor for an additional $350. Get right into the swing of things in terms of economy. And Comanche, when you're playing against a fired up, beefed up economy from the Imperial side, I'm not sure how many opportunities you have to get into the game once you're already down and out on the money front. Either way, Imperial, it's a good start, but they've got to hold off against these pistols. It's a fully bought up Tech 9s, armor, just Jame with no armor. Surely going for that AWP, and Spy Leader puts a couple of bullets through the smoke. It looks like Imperial wants to be... Ooh! There's a big meaty headshot there. Spy Leader with 2 of his own, but Comanche actually burst their way onto the A site and going to get this bomb down as well. Imperial in a more advantageous 3v2, now 3v1. Definitely should be taking this, and it's only Jane with just the M4 left, and he's going to get battered down by the armored Imperial side. It's 2-0 and an easy 2-0 at that. Comanche, that bomb means that they're going to have a little bit more money working into this round. They aren't going to buy into the third. However, it means that they'll have the utility, they'll have all the armor for the fourth and opening buy round. Comanche actually investing into a couple of nades, a bit of armor, hoping to keep the Imperial economy honest. If you're dealing 2 kills worth of damage every single round, that means that Imperial cannot just run away with the economy. They are going to be kept honest, as I just said. They're not going to find themselves with 10,000 each. It's going to be more like 3,000 one buy round before forced to eco again. You see Imperial, they're taking no chances. Standard defense in apps, and Comanche with a laid back... Well, I don't know whether to call this an attack or a defense right now, because they're playing a very defensive T side, just waiting for Imperial to make the mistakes. And Imperial, a team who aren't going to make the mistakes. They're going to just hold back and play passive. Spy Leader with the USPS, notably, obviously wanting to be able to afford an AWP in this opening buy round, but this is dangerous. If Imperial lose a couple of players, they could find themselves in a tricky situation, and Robin getting right in their face, and the bait is almost perfect. Imperial still don't know that it's not on the A site, and surely they must hear that bomb not ticking over towards A. Instead, Comanche have B on lockdown, and Trev, he's right around this corner. He's got a deagle as well. When's he going to peek? When's he going to pull the trigger? Too late. His Dreamer catches him off. Nice headshot, and it's Jane once again. No armor, no weapon. The defuse already happening, and oh, he's over towards the other side of the map. I completely bummed out on that one. Yeah, just saving an M4, so that's actually really clever from Comanche. Saving an M4 into the opening buy round means that they don't have to invest into all 5 rifles, instead can just go with 4. And perhaps one of these players prefer an M4 over an AK-47, so no idea why. Maybe the spray pattern, maybe they're more comfortable with the CT weapon. Notably, you probably practice more on the CT side defense with the CT weapons, just waltzing into the crosshairs, but Imperial going for an aggressive start to this round. Jay might have Shemeta's number as this peek comes in. When is Shemeta going to peek? Gotta be soon, right? Pash deals no damage with those stray AK bullets on towards stairs. And seems like Imperial just want to set up with a standard defense, with the exception of Shemeta playing up towards the top of mid. And he might be greeted very soon. And yes, Robin greets him with a nice headshot. And it's Bubble and Spy Leader to trade it back. 1 and 2. Sucker punch coming out through mid. And this puts Comanche on the back foot, and especially She's that third kill. Comanche really stuck between a rock and a hard place here. With only 2 players left. And you see Dreamer, he's pincered on the A site. So Comanche, they're going to have trouble countering out these positions. And especially with Spy Leader peeking for their information, jumping for even more. Allows Dreamer to go for the peek. Finds one. And Sever, he doesn't want any piece of this A site action. Back towards the bomb. Back towards top and mid with only 20 seconds left. What can he really be expected to do? Probably not all that much. Salvage Naught, try to save it. Try not to get your face blown off by one of these M4s if Imperial decide to get more aggressive, which they haven't really been, with the exception of Schmetter, who peeked up mid. That not working out as it was the 1-2. Trevor's nade and then Robin's peek. Follow Neo says that he put $45, 45 bucks on Imperial. Good luck, mate. Good luck. You can't get loads of money back off that. Probably like 55, right? Not all too much. If you want to get in contact, if you want to have a chat, I'm reading the chat periodically. Every now and again I'm taking a glance over, so have a chat with me. Keep me company. And Imperial, oh, that's a nice peek from Schmetter, and he's placing down the molly to aid this push, but he's going to get his face blown off. Robin and Sever, 1 and 2, straight onto the A site, and this bomb needs to be soon to follow, as they've already rotated the AWP on. James going for this peek, but Victor has the angle, but James too quick, hits the shot. Imperial, they need to get back onto this bomb site, and it needs to be assisted by the AWP of Bubble, who almost finds a headshot, so close. That's such a temperamental angle. Sometimes you hit it, sometimes you don't, and it's not always that consistent. As Comanche needs to hold off this Imperial push. They really want a round right now, otherwise it's going to be 5-0, 6-0. And it's just Bubble with the AWP. Smokes off CT, but right around the corner, Robin does get blasted. 7 trades, but Bubble's on fire. His aim's pinpoint. 4-1 to our scoreline. Comanche starting to claw their way back in. Let's crack open the MountainDew, boys. Pag put 16-0 incoming in chat, but obviously that prediction already wrong, mate. You're wrong. Victor, nice aggressive peek up towards mid. It didn't work last time, but certainly panned out this time. And James, oh, they're trading place in the smoke. Victor finds a second. There's an AWP, but decides not to pick it up. Dreamer's stuck on the MP9 as well, so this is actually more even than the 4v3 suggests. With Shano taking one. This evens it up a little more than before. If Dreamer can get his paws on Spy Leader's MP9, this could be good. Going round and round. It's Comanche. They've not actually made a push onto this site yet. Schmetter is very passive in his defense. Knows the footsteps are coming, and I think he's actually heard these, or one of these T's, but he's in a perfect position to punish this. Misses the shots and doesn't hit the follow-up. 7 with 2. And this gives away the A site. This is a bad situation for Comanche. For Imperial, sorry, as they lose another member. Pashano, headshots galore, just Dreamer left, but it's the MP9 to chip it in. There's $900 in the pocket, but it's not the money he's working for, it's the round, as he needs to get back onto this bomb site. Sever's got his number and the angle as he peeks on through, but it's the MP9 to take it on. Wow, Sever, you've got to hit those shots. You've got to win those. Imperial, 5-1 up. And here's the pause. A tactical pause from Imperial. This is funny. They're 5-1 up. Why are they taking attack? I'm not too sure. What would you be talking about right now? What would you be talking about, chat, right now? Caster. Will it be a 16-0? No, definitely not, mate. 16-4 maybe. I said 16-7. Yeah, if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. I might actually get around to reading them and replying to them. Should we see? So, Imperial now. How much money have they got? 5,000, 5,700, 4,300. I actually, like, I hate to call them out, but I very much doubt that this is a tactical pause. I very much doubt that they're actually talking tactics right now. I think that one of them might have gone to the toilet or something. Because what would you really be talking about at this point? You're so far ahead. You've just broken the bye. Comanche has to win a force to get back in this one. And to not be 6 or 7-1 down. This is not a great position for the T side. And a tactical pause, I'm not buying it. I don't know about you, but I'm certainly not seeing this. 2,000 people watching us. Awesome. Invite your friends. Come on. Let's all watch some Counter-Strike and Imperial. They've got some fans. Comanche has some fans as well. Obviously, being a CIS team, of course they've got fans, and they're all showing up in number today. 1,800 of you, more and more. Showing up to watch some CSGO. So, when are we going to get back into this action? Imperial, can't really be talking about too much. We've got the overview. So just see it this way. We've got the overview of the whole map, the whole server. We've got the mini-map, the money, everything. And I'm struggling to realize what we could talk about. In terms of a tactic, what would Imperial really go for? They don't need to switch anything up, do they? They could definitely go towards mid again. The mid aggression has been semi-working out. But in a round where you're playing against Tech 9s, I would say keep the distance, increase it. Obviously, the Tech 9 isn't the laser gun, which it is in the beta right now. It's just a standard Tech 9. We've had no changes to it live, and well, certainly not in this server. So the Tech 9s aren't powerful at super long range. So Imperial with the M4s, probably an AWP coming out. You've got to just keep that distance and not level the playing field by playing close angles against the Tech 9s, against one AK-47. It's just got to be Pasha showing up in this round if they want to get off one round. So what's the chat saying? If you've got any questions, type them in the chat. I'll reply. Bot Comanche, apparently. Bot Comanche. Dance break. Yeah, they're taking a break for a quick dance. And Pasha knife. What's his knife? Should we have a look? What is Pasha's knife? Can we see Pasha's knife? Number 9? No. No, my observer doesn't care about me. My observer doesn't love me. But Pasha with just the AK-47 should be showing up pretty soon. They've only got 70 seconds left of their pause, so they really don't have much time left, and nobody is moving on the Imperial side. So they got 1 minute left before they're forced to go live. How long have I been casting? I've been casting for 8 months. No, 7 months actually. Caster, please only say Pasha. I'll just call him Pasha. I like calling him Pasha. I think that sounds better. I agree with you. How long have I been casting? I've been casting for 7 months. I've been casting for ELC. Well, I've been employed by them for 3 weeks, sorry. But I've been casting for them for like a month or two every now and again. But I'm in Germany, in Hamburg right now for ELC in their studio to cover some Counter-Strike, and definitely follow the channel because we're going to be commentating so much coming up. It'll make your head spin. I love you, Cast. Thank you so much. I love you too. Dramo Lord. It's a tactical pause. Yeah, they've taken a 5-minute tactical pause, and that's going to be forced to an end in 10 seconds. So Imperial taking up every single second they can. They just want this match to go on for as long as possible. And remember, they've not got their pause anymore. If they want to pause later, that's a no-go. They've used all 5 minutes in the first 7 rounds, so they're not going to have time for any more tactical pause. I'm sure somebody just probably went for a poo or something. However, Comanche, an AWP, an AK-47, 3 Tech 9s, and Imperial. They've got to hold this scrappy buy back if they want to be 6-1, possibly 7-1 up. Remember that Comanche's economy is going to be in tatters if they lose this one. Only 1,900 each. above what they've already got, so that's really not all too much. Victor gets spammed through the corner with the smoke by Pasha, who finds that initial headshot, and Dreamer takes one but gets flashed off. Nobody's peeking him. What are they doing, Dreamer? He recovers in time and finds the second. It's a headshot and throws the flash out. It's a supporting flash, and Robin, spots him down like a little lemon. But Robin, he's not in position to punish. Is Comanche. They let the bomb push off ahead into no man's land, into Imperial territory. And Imperial have this bomb on lockdown. You see they've adjusted their defense to counter for this. Bubble spots one out, and Spy Leader probably going to put a couple of shots through the smoke here. He knows exactly where Sever's playing from. Here goes the bomb. Robin's actually found it and baited the defense to go for this rotate. So Comanche does have map control right now, and especially now Sasha's taken those two. Bubble misses a crucial AWP shot, and this puts Imperial in somewhat of a dangerous position with, this Famous. Doesn't actually rack up the kill. Jane, the AWP goes down, and it's just Robin left, but he's going towards his A site, and it's being contested by the Imperial side. Only 5 seconds left as he plants in cover. Last second plant as the B site, I think it's over towards B, so Imperial have misread this catastrophically. However, here comes rotate back, but Robin's here to catch it off. Holding through Murder Hole, there's the first, rotates out, and Spy Leader, he's next to follow, takes this peek, but Robin's got it. Second on the board for Comanche, and that's such a crucial round. If they actually want a chance here in this game against Imperial, they had 22% chance of winning this according to CSGO Lounge, and I'm sure other betting sites apply. 5-2. As 3 AK-47s a Galil, the AWP, Comanche's in a much more commanding position now. Imperial have barely any money. And we've got to say, Imperial definitely misplayed that. They stacked over towards the B site when they really didn't have to. They had 10 seconds left, and they went for the last second rotate to make sure both players were together. They could have played a 1-1 setup and stopped that bomb from going down, but it didn't happen. And Imperial miss out. They've gone for this force buy. Classic Imperial force buy as well. For years, they've been going for these forces with just pistols, and it's actually pretty decent. They're such good aimers that they can actually pull this sort of a round through. However, Comanche with the rifles definitely have an advantage here, but not anymore. Bubble and Victor, 1 and 2 apiece as Pasha trades it back. Sever as well, as the B site is Comanche territory. Dreamer, the only rifle, goes down, drops to the AWP of Jame. And Imperial with these 2 pistols, 2 sets of armor, have to battle their way back into the B site. Jame does spot one of them. It's Spy Leader right around this corner with the AK-47, but Jame, playing passively, does hit the nice fadeaway shot. Schmatter, with only 8 HP, has to fall back. He's got Kevlar, he's got Deagle, so this could be useful equipment into the next round. However, Imperial, they're stuck in a difficult position. I'd say go for an eco, maybe even 2. Make sure that you've got the AWP, the rifles, the utility, and just keep Comanche out this bomb sites. He made a couple of mistakes early on, but doesn't have to follow through. Dirty headshot as he doesn't pick up that AK-47, so that could be big. But unable to get his paws on it means that he's stuck with the Deagle. If he shows up with a performance like that, though, with shots like that, then the Deagle might not be too big of a disadvantage. However, Comanche with rifles once again, definitely the favourites in this round in particular. Likely going to be 5-4 and a much closer scoreline than anybody would be predicting. This chat was spamming 16-0, 16-0. But yeah, that's definitely not happening. I said it was going to be a 16-7, so still a possible scoreline for either team. But Imperial, once they get their hands on the rifles, the AWP, could definitely be much more doable. And as Pasha takes his engagement, is going to get peeked out by Victor with the USP, who does take the 1, but that's all she wrote. As Bubble being the last player alive, probably going to get blasted out of the server by one of these AK-47s, maybe even the AWP. He's found his way past the defense, and he's not taking the shot. Trigger discipline doesn't pan out in his favor. 5-4. Oh, pardon me, if you heard that, Mike. Outplayed. So let's take a look at the chat. After a long pause, Comanche win much worth for Imperial. Only $800 prize pool. Yeah, so this is this stage of the tournament is $800, but we've got 3,000 euros. Sorry, up for grabs and 2 spots at LAN to be decided on the 16th of August. So this is definitely worth way more than just 800 euros, $800. Way more than that. Big LAN packages, bigger prize pools for different stages of the tournament. Dreamer does take one, and Imperial, they just don't seem on point right now. Spy Leader only just manages to connect with the bullets. And Victor and Dreamer are the last 2 left, and they've got a long rotate ahead of them, and I don't think they're even going to go for this, just saving the M4s are the name of the game. As Comanche, they seal the deal with another bomb plant, another round, 5-5, leveled it up, even Stevens. As the Imperial, very Star Wars-esque. Has to be said, not reigning Imperial and Supreme over Comanche right now, as the scoreline is level on their favoured CT side. We did say, though, that their CT side is actually weaker than the average team, and their T side is extremely strong on almost all maps. They've got a really strong set executes as well, so even with 5 rounds, I think that they're probably still, they still hold the advantage working into the second half, and we've got to see, how are they on the T side today? Have they roll with the punches with Schmetter, who is a relatively new player? He's obviously not been playing with Imperial for years. But they are stronger on the T side, and that's why they can afford to go for these pistol plays. Obviously, they force bought into this one as well. And this is actually a quasi. They've done this to level out the money, so they can actually go for a buy in the next round. But you'll see a team like Imperials, who are less confident on their CT side, buy a lot more because they have a really strong T side, and they don't have to have as many rounds, and taking pistol wins is just a way of scrimming out the CT side before they go to the more favoured T side. Although Mirage definitely isn't a T-sided map, Imperial can make it definitely look like one. Saving these pistols and the 1 rifle on Victor means that Comanche, I think that they should be hunting right now. I think that these sets of armor, I think it's important to deal the damage, especially since they've got so much money themselves, especially on James, who's the AWPer. But they're in a bit of a tricky position across the board, I guess. Pasha does take the 1, but Spy Leader trades it on up back. Salvages another AK-47 for themselves, so this is not what they wanted. Comanche losing players thick and fast as 2 drop. And Imperial, they might even save this AK-47. 7's going to get around this corner, but Spy Leader in the flames finds another one, and Comanche loses 4 rifles in the business end of that half, or the business end of that round even. If you've got any questions in chat, got any comments, want to call me shit, go ahead. There are 2,100 people in chat, so surely there've got to be some comments out there. Imperial 5-6. No AWPs though, and on Mirage, the AWP is a crucial weapon to pincer off long portions of the map, to be able to hold an angle that would require 2 or 3 rifles. Probably 2 rifles, I would guess. Instead of holding 2 into ramp, you can always hold with 1 AWP, and Schmetter showing us why. He didn't have that angle on lockdown, and now he's stuck behind this box, and he's going to be traded out by Pasha. Bubble does find 1, and take a bullet through the corner of that wood, but this flash isn't going to connect, and Spy Leader, he has the angle on lockdown, should be able to find a shot here, but rains in a couple of bullets, doesn't really connect to the head of Pasha, who survives, quite luckily. Victor does find the 1 over towards B as well, so this bomb needs to peek in. James, fast shot onto Victor, which opens up this B site. As Bubbling Dreamer, they don't know where this one's coming from. Dream peeks out on towards mid, finds a headshot. puts a man advantage back in Imperial's favor. 3-2. 3 versus 2. As James back to this side. He's so fast with this AWP. Should be able to find a pick if Imperial play a little loose. But, of course, the CT side know that it's a B play. This is a ruse. They know exactly where the play's coming in. And as this bomb drops, Imperial surely with a strong chance of retaking this one. But James, trying to shut down those chances, finds between the eyes shot on one. Robin with another. As Spy Leader, he's snuck in past the defense, and James been spotted out. Wants to take both at once, and Spy Leader drops a smoke. This is to bait out Robin to go for this peek. Needs to get closer to this bomb, otherwise he can take it. But Robin, through the corner of the smoke, finds Spy Leader, drops him, and gives Comanche a 2-round lead. And they've taken the last 7 out of the last 8. This is not good enough for Imperial. And they know it. They've gone for another quasi-buy. Pistols and armor. No head armor though. They don't need it against the AK-47s. Schmetter playing a close angle. And you see, Imperial actually closes distance up quite a lot more with the pistols, with Schmetter playing a close angle. Also Spy Leader playing a close angle. That's where these CZs are most effective, but not connecting with the headshots means that Pasha can find the opening frag. And Imperial with another kill, a 2-man advantage now. 7 lucky to be alive with 3 HP, but does drop Schmetter. As the Imperial defense is predominantly on the B site. This is almost a one-site show right now as Comanche. They've sniffed it out. They know what Imperial are. They know how Imperial play. This A site is a completely open gate. An open door for this bomb to go down, and Imperial know it. They're rotating back on round now. Bubble going to be the first man in, but with a 5-7 and a body armor, what can he really be expected to do? And especially this flash comes out, does find the one. Here's the AK-47 as well, but Robin is right there to trade, finds that one. And Comanche, the team play seems extremely strong. And this is something that we were saying about Outlaws yesterday, which Imperial's usually pretty good at. The team play, the trades, the refrags are usually really strong on Outlaws. That Imperial are like 2 Bulgarian teams, but Comanche seems to be the team, obviously the fan favorite, who seem to have the better team versatility, better team coordination. Comanche have lost 4 players, so that's actually, that would be ordinarily very big. However, now, where they've been rolling for the last 7 rounds and 1 round before that, Comanche has a really commanding lead in the economy front. They're definitely not going to be forced to save in the final 2 rounds of this half, and that means Imperial are going to be against 2 really heavy buy rounds, so taking either of them is going to be a difficult show. James finds the opening frag, and Imperial again losing members early. It's Bubble this time, and Robin finding another one. Spy Leader drops that bomb, finds an AK-47, but Comanche with trades all over the map. Victor being the last player alive does find the one, but straight through the corner of this smoke. James needs to connect onto this shot. He's only got 21 HP left and doesn't manage it. Victor finds that one, and he's got 2 left. Got to go for it. There's no point in saving now, as Robin and 7 are in beautiful aftermath situations, left and right, front and center. Robin has this angle on lockdown. Victor's going to walk right into the crossfire, but Victor seems to know it. That's a beautiful headshot to open up the site. 7 being the last man left. Has to go for this peek, has to find a shot, but he's got the HP advantage, does find it. Severin severs Victor's skull. Finds one more kill, 1 more round, 1 day more. 5-9. Come on. Say something in the chat. Give me some questions. Say whatever you want. Let's have some chat interaction. I want some questions. I love chat interaction. I love talking to the chat, having a bit of a conversation, and just throwing out some memes, throwing out some jokes. It's obviously just me, so Let's go, boys. Imperial losing a member early. It's Bubble again. He's given away the opening frag so many times. Comanche able to pick apart this opening frag almost every single round, especially for the last 8. And the 9th is going to be no different with Bubble falling. Imperial with just 4 rifles, and it's not perfect. It's the FAMAS on Shemeta. Likely going to be 5 to 10 is Comanche. Get caught with this nade out, but Spy Leader walks straight into the scope rifle. James finds one more. That's a double for him. Both these members from Imperial just walking right into the crossfire. This has been all too easy. This isn't the Imperial that we're used to seeing. They're such a solid team that I just hate to see it. Come on, boys. We want to see some vintage Bulgarian Counter-Strike, and Dreamer might be the first man to show up. There's a headshot onto Robin, but still a 2-man, or still a 1-man disadvantage, as Shemeta has his angle on lockdown. 2 players are about to greet him, but as his bomb goes down, only finds the one. James peeks it right back out. That's triple kill for him, as he tags another one through the boxes. Victor, and that aids the peek from Pasha, who takes 1 and 2. Comanche took 10 rounds with Trev. How do you pronounce that? Trev? Only taking 2 kills. That's an abysmal half for him, but his team didn't seem to need him. They didn't need him at all. 5 rounds ahead, and Imperial, if they don't take this pistol here, they could be down and out. They could be into the loser's bracket. Might be saying bye-bye to the Bulgarian superstars very early in the tournament, which would definitely be a surprise. 78% chance of winning this best of 1. Obviously a best of 1, so the spoiler factor is always in play, and they did take a 5-minute pause earlier, so they could have a couple of difficulties and force to play it out due to the tournament rules. So I'm not really sure about that one, but they haven't said anything in chat, so that is like obviously a team with like big issues would say something in the chat, surely. Comanche almost just a pistol round away from making it into our winners bracket. And Pasha's going to start it off strong. There's a headshot on Dreamer, who drops early in the first 30 seconds once again. Imperial taking a lot of map control. They've snuck their way out onto the A bomb site. And Bubble, he's about to round this corner. And Comanche, this is actually a tactic from them. They want to play the afterplan, but Bubble isn't going to let them. There's the opening kill from Imperial. And when the bomb dropped, Comanche might have a difficult time retaking this one. 4v4. They've got the favourable USPs, but at close range, Bubble's got this angle on absolute hold. Trev is going to get his face blown off if he tries to peek through Murder Hole, and it's going to funnel all of these Comanche members through one angle. But Robin, what was that jump shot? Nuts onto Victor. Domes him, and it's all up to Spy Leader. Needs to stop this defuse from happening, and he already has done. Finds the second headshot, looking for the third, but can't find it. It's James instead. The AWPer, now with the pistol, needs to find this, and Imperial save their bacon. Shemeta and Bubble clutch it back, and those headshots so clutch. Victor as well, obviously with 2 of his own. Blah, blah, blah. Victor, it was an MP7. As this MP7 buy is designed to rack up money. It's 2 to 3 times more kill bonus than an AK-47. You get 900 instead of the normal 600, 300 from a rifle, 600 from a UMP. So straight into the B site. This is a lot of money if you can find any frags with it, but Comanche with a 1, now 2-man advantage. Pasha's on fire with 2 kills, both headshots with the Deagle, and he's going to sneak through this smoke as well, so not holding up, not taking his foot off the gas, not taking the pressure off the Imperial side. And Victor, this MP7, the cracks might start to show now. He's got to pre-fire this angle, surely. He can't just peek against these pistols, and he does find, but then see, the damage isn't quite enough. This Bubble goes down as well. These AKs are picked up by Comanche, puts them back in a better position, and perhaps the power from the Russian chat, the Russian viewers, proving too strong for the Imperial side. They know that they've got 2,500 people watching them right now. Imperial just showing up. Well, not showing up. Comanche showing up, sorry. Did anyone ask me a question, or did I just get ignored? So yeah, people just trash talking Imperial. Chinese Mafia is here. Welcome. Please don't take me away. Chinese Mafias are small compared to the other Mafia, lol. So Mafia chat in the chat. Severin takes the first frag, and Spy Leader, you see, a little bit dodgy there, taking a shot onto his teammate, but not connecting. Missing, well, almost everything. Dreamer finds one through the box. Now, the retake is on. Comanche want to make this one happen once again, but against pistols, Imperial can just play these close-range engagements. Dreamer and Spy Leader, proving why these pistols are so strong, and Schmetter as well. Proving the Tech 9 is extremely powerful. James versus 3. He has a kit, smoke down. Could definitely just go for the Ninja Defuse now in the smoke, but is he actually going to go for this? Yeah, taps it off, but Dreamer peeks right into the deagle. There's an AK picked up as well. Imperial back into this one, back and forth. Once again, Imperial 7-11. Want to return. It's Comanche's turn to take an early timeout. Possibly technical. This is very early in the half to be taking a tactical timeout, but they did just lose a crucial fundamental round, so this could be deciding whether they're going to go for a 4-spy, whether they're just going to go pistols with the opportunity to buy up rifles next round. Could be a double eco as well to be able to afford the more advantageous AWP with better utility. Obviously towards B, the Molotovs are really important. Having a smoke over towards A ramp as well. Palace being smoked off as well. Like all of these choke points, it's crucial to have the Molotovs, to have the smokes, to be able to keep Imperial out. Torito Senpai says, please win Imperial for my dog. He needs food. Commentator gets a cut of the throw. I definitely don't get a cut of anything, mate. Nice conspiracy theory, though. I like it. I like it. It's a bit of fun. So the Impulse comes in, not taking as much of their time out as Imperial did. But obviously, this is a 5-rifle setup from Imperial. They love to do it on the T side. On the CT, yeah, you need an AWP. You need Bubble to be firing all cylinders with an AWP to close down these angles, which often he isn't. However, Imperial on this T side always love to play the 5-rifle setup, unless it's specifically not working. But they've been doing it for years. They always prefer the rifles over an AWP. You never see this team go for a double AWP setup. Comanche, on the other hand, we've not seen them play enough CT side to really know how they're going to play. They're going to whip out the scope rifles, possibly, as James could have gone for the buy this round, but instead deciding to save. He definitely wants an AWP in his hands. Over Imperial. They've taken a lot of map control. Dreamer straight into Connector, and this is a favourite tactic from them. Get him into Connector nice and early. Get Dreamer in. He's on the flank. Can definitely catch a rotator off. But oh, lovely peek from Travel. As soon as that Molotov is thrown, peeks straight into it. But Imperial do get the upper hand. It's Schmetter peeking single-handedly 2 into the site. Severin does trade one back. It's a headshot with the 5-7. But Dreamer knows exactly where he is. Doesn't want to give away his position, but he's been spotted out by the 5-7 again. Severin on low health, but getting information for days. And Pasha, he's flanked up. Great trigger discipline, finds one. Here's the second as well. AK's out, goes for the spray, and Jane peeks it. Great team play from Comanche, who looked for the win. Severin, last man alive, needs to stay alive here. 5 bullets left, and Dream connects 1 shot. That's all he needs. Imperial, 8 rounds now, closes up the gap. Shane once again Here comes the AWP. Here comes the cavalry. 2 Famuses, which is a little bit weird, favoring the worse rifle plus utility over a better rifle and no utility. Nice. I like that. However, against Imperial, I think you need all the firepower you need. And they're about to be greeted into this A site. Shibeta 1 and 2, both with a MAC-10. Nuts. That's so much money in this pocket as well. 12. Oh, no. This was against a full buy as well. This isn't just like... This is an eco-range strat. And 4 kills from these MAC-10s. This is disgusting. Comanche, you've got to do better than that. Pasha, trying to keep this M4 alive. Let's get it back out. Here's this MAC-10, but could have been the ace with just MAC-10s. That would be nuts. But Pasha might be spotted out here. Here comes the flash. Maybe a follow-up nade, but not even needed. Dreamer just hits a stunning headshot, and Comanche down to 0. Force Rico once again. Back to chat watch. Soviet Nazi says, please win. I have anxiety. I will oh, can't read that. I didn't read that before I read it live on air. Oh no. And Levi Nathan says, Imperial, more money. Please, Comanche. Explain the rules. I'm a noob. I'm a noob as well. I don't know the rules. I don't know the rules, mate. 2,200 people watching our stream today. Thank you very much. Share this to your friends. Maybe even host our stream as well. I think you get free currency for hosting our stream. That'd be very nice. If you're a big streamer out there, that'd be nice. I'd appreciate that. But Imperial, this time utilizing the AWP, it's bubble. And Imperial, if they don't go for the 5 rifle setup, they're obviously going to be using the AWP on bubble. That was a headshot, but it was through the very corner of the wall, so it didn't do much damage. But that one definitely did. Spy Leader down to 12 HP, has to back off of that angle. Allows Imperial straight into the B site. This stat was over towards A, and Imperial spotted it, so likely going to be on double digits after this one. Comanche, probably just going to set up for exits. Spy Leader spots 1, but they know that he's low. So this could be a point to punish him. However, Imperial should be setting up to save all 5 rifles. It's not going to happen. Severin finds a headshot. Eliminates Spy Leader. There's another headshot. Victor drops down to 24. Doesn't want to lose this rifle here. Trying to back off and Robin. Yeah, he's been spotted out. And Victor finds him. 10 to 11. This one closes up a little closer. This match has actually been really close compared to what we were expecting. I said 16-7. Comanche, depending on what happens this round, in a commanding position to possibly knock Imperial into the loser's bracket. Let's go. Bubble with the AWP. He didn't seem too confident in the first half. I feel like James actually got the better of him multiple times, being taken out towards mid, over towards the A site as well. Bubble actually really didn't get much going. 10 kills for an AWP player on Mirage, that's just not good enough on your CT side. And half your T side as well. It's already gone. So, Bubble's got to step it up this T half. And if you're not feeling it with the AWP, it's often very difficult to hit those shots. 7. Going for the peek towards the top of mid. Definitely could catch one of these players out off guard. Might be waiting for a flashbang. But he might just go into this one naked. Here's the footsteps. Finds the first. He's very low and traded out by Shemata. Comanche, they actually crushed down on mid. 4 versus 2 now. As Comanche could find themselves with only 4 rounds left to close this match out. Imperial, they've got to be very wary. And Dreamer, he got tagged with that smoke, so spotted out. Victor does reel one back, but he's got 3 to find. And a 1 versus 3 almost undoable. And without the bomb, 30 seconds left. This is a near impossible clutch. Does spot first out, but misses the headshot. Victor needs some headshots to make a clutch like that. Not going to happen. 10 to 12. As Comanche, they're dangerously close to closing this one out. Imagine if they take this round, which is entirely doable. That means Imperial only have possibly one buy round left before they're forced to eco, and that's Comanche on 13, 14 rounds, staring down match point. At that point, Imperial stuck in a really difficult position. Victor drops, Dreamer 2. Oh, James! What are you doing? Straight through the corner of the slab. Trev peeking in. Everybody wants a piece of the action over towards mid. Bubble only trades one back, but it's all too late as Trev finishes off the round. That's 13-10. And Imperial now in a horrible position. They're gonna buy up one final time. And then it's all about the forces, all about the pistols. What can Imperial do? This is the make or break round for the Bulgarian side, as they're likely going to try this strat once again, where they force Dreamer to take a connect position. They go 4 into A with a split, Palace and Ramp, but they need Dreamer to run distraction. He's actually going towards B this time instead of running into connector. So running a fake, trying to spot out any rotator, maybe spotting one out towards short. Trev versus Dreamer, possibly that 1v1 could seal the deal, seal the round. And Imperial with a 4-man push, it's going to come into A very, very shortly. And they've already taken this choke point, already up and towards ramp, and they've taken so much map control. They've taken this site without even being spotted. In Comanche, they've got to be careful about this one. No AWPs to cordon off this site either. And here comes the crucial smoke grenade. This is going to aid their push, and the bomb is going to go down to 5v5. Comanche not doing any damage. Robin trying to take some damage through the smoke, but it's not going to happen. Spy Leader down to 25, but Imperial with a very commanding position here. They should be able to clutch this one on through. And Comanche, they've really funneled once again to take CT spawn. All 5 of them. They've got nobody on the rotation, nobody on the flank. Can't get anybody through Murder Hole. That's just a death trap. It's got to be fast shots, quick bullets to take this one down. Trev does find one, but straight through the smoke. It's Imperial coming out. Trumps does find 1 and 2, but James, not enough time left. Yes, he's got the kit, but he has to back off as the bomb explodes. 11-13, Imperial still in this one. Five rifles for the Imperial side. Once again, it's decent utility, but Imperial, likely, well, often doesn't rely on this utility. They rely on just individual frags coming in, individual plays. Oh, this is a real problem. If Imperial lose this round, and Robin with the 1-2, turn around 180, almost taking the third. Bubble drops to that nade, explodes in his face, and Dreamer needs to chip something back. If it's not kills, it has to be damage to the Comanche economy, and I don't think it's going to happen. He's on 20 HP, and Comanche still have utility, not even needed. James takes the shot, and this is Imperial back to stunned. Their economy has almost nothing to work with, as this is likely going to be 1 or 2 pistols. Yes, Spy Leader and Shimeta, both with pistols. Are Imperial going to be the first team in our losers bracket? Surely not. Pause. Comanche want to pause, and this is before the first kill comes in, so this pause is going to be allowed, likely. Tournament rules say that they're allowed to pause here, but ChallengeME, do your magic. They want to pause. This isn't live right now, by the way. They've got a gentleman's agreement to not play this one out right now. 1 player's timed out, and we're going to have a quick pause. So, we've got quite a bit to talk about. Often, when we have pauses, it's in the first 3 or so rounds, and you're pretty much repeating the preliminary talk. However, this time, it's more about... Yeah, these kills aren't live, mate. Normally, it's just repeating the preliminary talk. It's repeating what we already know. However, now we can actually talk about the economy. We can talk about what sort of state these teams are in. And Imperial in a tricky position. Yeah, here comes the pause. So they're probably going to restart that round. So it's 11-14 with Imperial with a shaky bye. And these ChallengeME magicians have got to work their magic. But let's talk about what position both these teams are in. Comanche are very good. They have all the economy that they need, like obviously right now, like what you're seeing on your screen isn't live, isn't correct. So they had a full buy. They had an extra 4,000 on top of that. Means that... I'm reading chat at the same time. It means that Comanche has the 1 round buffer. So if they lose one, it means that they've got a second round and another opportunity with AWPs, utility, rifles, and Imperial have got to break the bye of Comanche if they want to really come back in this one, or 1-2-1. Trevor's back, so he should be back in the game pretty soon. Wink says, rip my dollars. You can win it back later. We've got matches coming up all day. Remember to put bets on our next match, by the way. If you, we've got a short break right now, so and I'm sure this break's going to go on for a couple more minutes. We've got 3,000 people watching this. Christ. Yeah, so you can place your bets on the next match. Our next match today, by the way, just to have a little chat about that and talk about that in a wee bit of detail. I can see it on my main screen, I guess. Our next match is Fraternitas versus Gux and Friends. Of course it is. Of course it is. So that's Legend Series Season 3. Go place your bets. That's going to be a fun match as well. We've got really, like, genuinely good matches all day. So that match is probably going to be, like, fairly close. I think that's, like I personally haven't casted either of those teams all that much. So I'm not sure what to expect coming out of either of these teams. Fraternitas played a couple of the higher end online tournaments. Not too much. Do they? Or are they the qualified team? I don't know. No, I think Comanche is the qualified team, personally. I don't think Fraternitas. I think that they're an invite. Yeah, they're definitely an invite team. So that match is going to be nice and close. Nice and decent. Are we back in the game? Is this live? Yeah, this is live. They're starting again from 14 to 12. Comanche deciding that they can take it over Imperial. This isn't... Is this surely live? Can I get an update about this? I don't know. Don't know anything. Victor finds first, and it seems very weird. Comanche, I'm sure there's the 1 and 2. He finds an AK-47 for himself, and he's got the bomb down as well, so this is doable, but he hasn't got armor. This is the one big negative for Pasha right now, but he is holding the other side of this smoke. And Imperial, are they really going to push it? They're not peeking it. No, Pasha's found his way. How are they not checking each other? They've just walked straight past him. And Pasha behind the... Does he know? What the hell is going on? Pasha's playing in CT spawn. That would have been a free 2 kills. But the timing, just a 1 in a million chance, just doesn't work out for either of these teams. And Pasha might have just squandered away a huge opportunity for Comanche. That could legitimately be the game, just because of him looking at the wrong angle and not checking from side to side to side to side every time. He's working his way back onto this bomb site, but this has just become a whole lot harder as Imperial have perfect after-plant positions. They can play directly off each other, with Dreamer baiting with 12 HP and Spy Leader with 100. They've got grenades, they've got smokes, flashes, they've got utility galore to be able to make this one work in their favour. And Pasha, without a kit, without armour, There's surely nothing he can do. Peeks into CT spawn, but they're playing so passive and both peek at once. Streamer finds a headshot, regardless of low HP. And close up the scoreline. Imperial, 13-14. James, what are you going to buy? He has the AWP, so this is one last chance for Comanche. If they lose this one, Imperial are surely going to be on match point. This round is really all to play for. Imperial have so much money as well. They've really bought themselves way back into this game. I'm pretty sure it was an admin decision to play this game out, by the way. I don't think that Comanche consented to that. I'm not really sure. I'm not looking at that chat right now, but that was a little bit funny. Imperial, they've got a pretty good setup. They're just holding for any Comanche aggression. We're not going to see any, as the CT side is playing a passive defense. It's a glass cannon AWP for James. As he holds passive. CT side has a pretty strong defense on this A site, and they're really gambling a player over from B. It's only James here. He's not got armor, so one nade can eliminate him completely. But Imperial, they've been favoring this A site. This is the reason that Comanche initially decided to stack a player or two extra over here, but this is likely going to be a B split with Victor playing over towards A. This is about to go off. Trev finds opening engagement and finds a frags along with it. And it's a second as well. There's a bomb drop. This is huge. Trev might single-handedly close this round down and squander Imperial's chances. He does, and Passion finishes it off. Comanche find match point against all odds. They were cheated out of 2 rounds by that admin decision, in my opinion. However, Imperial, they still can't close it out, despite the advantages that pause bought for them. And obviously, Comanche should have called the pause earlier if they needed it, not in live. That's obviously the rule, but Imperial, that was... regardless of ruling and everything, it's not my decision. Regardless of that, Imperial should have had a really big advantage, really big boost because of that. And it all comes down to these final 2 rounds. Imperial, they're going to be able to buy into this one, and the next buy is going to be shaky if they lose this one. So Comanche, it's all or nothing. They've got to close 1 out of 2, and they've got 2 amazing chances to double up setup as well. Whoever wins this round is likely going to be the victors of Group B. It's opening match. Comanche giving our favourites a run for their money right now. Run for our money as well. As this push, it's about to come in. Imperial with a much more default setup. It's the smokes, the nades, the flashes all into the A site. And Comanche, they're throwing some mollies of their own back. Bubble takes a lot of damage through the smoke. And Shemeta, oh no, it's a team kill. That could be really costly, but he trades it back, finds one onto Severin, and he's taken control of jungle. This is a really crucial position to have in their possession as Imperial put down that bomb. Comanche 4 versus 4. They could elect to save, but I think that they have to go for this one. With jungle completely in Imperial possession, you can't... This renders this part of the map completely useless. They've got to be focusing on CT, back onto the site, but Imperial playing this one so passively. They're just playing for the bomb plant, and they're losing players thick and fast. Dreamer does find one more, and it's all down to Shemeta, who dies. Dreamer as well. Comanche, they find themselves in our winner's match. Wow. What a big performance from them. 22% chance of winning this match, and oh, what an upset. Obviously, it's a best of 1, but what can you say? That was a phenomenal match. 16-13? Yeah, 16-13, not 16-12 is our scoreline. And wow, maybe Comanche could find themselves at LAN. Maybe they could find themselves in our offline or in our online final on August 16th. It would be awesome to see another Russian team, a team obviously bringing the viewership, 3,100 views as well. So loads of people here enjoying some great Counter-Strike. Our next match is Gux and Friends versus Fraternitas. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but we'll get there. It's an interesting one. Obviously, it's coming up in... well, it should have been live. Like it was obviously supposed to be live. But we are going to go to a quick commercial break. We've made a little fun advertisement as well. So enjoy, and we'll see you in just a few minutes.